Good afternoon. Here's a tale I want to tell. Why you do not want to lie to your wedding planner. So this is a story from a few years ago when my old general manager and I were working on a wedding. Basically, she was the lead wedding planner, so it was more her show than mine at that point. But we were working with a client who was an attorney from DC, if I remember correctly. We're gonna call her Brenda. She's actually innocent, but this is why you don't lie to your planner. We got a call from her. This was a year into planning. Everything was done, venue chosen, deposits made, everyone reserved, photographer, hair, all that stuff, ready to go. So it was like 3 or 4 months out. Well, she decides that she's pregnant. She told us she was pregnant. She calls us and says, I'm pregnant and my fiance is leaving me and the wedding is off. What can we do? Oh, we're so sorry. That's horrible that, And so Barb gets off the phone with the client, Brenda, and she says to me, she explains the story to me. But at the end of the story, she had this kind of like, I don't know if I should say this because this could be really bitchy, but just say it, Barbara, say it. I think she's lying. What? How could someone possibly lie about that? That is like the worst. And she's a lawyer. Like, how could you do that? And she's like, I don't know. It's just a suspicion. So I get her on, I call her up, say, so sorry to hear about what's going on. Da, 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 da. I don't know what we can do because it's so close to the wedding, but we'll see. And she said, great, I really appreciate that. Fast forward a few days and I think it was Wimbledon. Yes, it was Wimbledon. So that's in like June and her wedding was in the fall, or it was one of the first weddings of the season. It was October or whatever. So it wasn't that many months out. And basically we shut down for the summer anyway. But Barbara happened to be watching the Wimbledon coverage. And lo and behold, guess who pops into the camera sitting down with a Pimm's cup at a box at Wimbledon? Brenda. Brenda was not pregnant. Brenda was with her boyfriend, snogging on each other the entire time. So we had a field day. Now, see, that's why you don't lie. What are the chances of that happening? None. It's like you get hit by lightning 900 times before that would happen. And we saw her on television. And so Barbara took a photo of it and she showed it to me. She goes, I knew she was lying. And so I called her back and I said, hey, just wanted to let you know, unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to give you any credits on your payments to vendors. It's too close. So I just left it at that. She goes, that's bull. You know I'm a lawyer. I'm going to sue you. I said, oh, really? Okay. Really sorry to hear that. Don't you do mergers and acquisitions? But whatever. And she hung up the phone. We didn't talk. And I'm like, let's see what happens. So at that point, I was playing a game with her. We're gonna mess with this woman now, Brenda. And so then what happened after that? Right after that, she called back threatening to sue and she was all in it. And that's when I shared with her that we had seen her on television at Wimbledon with the person she is engaged to, who was super hot, by the way. And she was busted. And she kept going. She goes, it wasn't me. Prove it was me. So I had to send her the photo. And at this point, I already talked to my attorney. And when I say my attorney, is one of my best friends who doesn't allow me to do anything and thinks I'm dangerous because I know how to read a contract. But I send the information to her. She goes, oh, not only do you not have to pay her back, if she gives you any crap whatsoever, you can report her to the Bar Association because lawyers are not allowed to do that. You could actually you could get her disbarred. And I was like, oh, we're not that nasty. But Brenda, or any of you Brendas out there, don't do it. Salud.